Hi, Ms. Anderson. I hope you're doing well since we spoke last week. I just wanted to send you this video to walk you through a home exercise program that I would like for you to start implementing this week. In our initial visit, you told me that you are a 32-year-old stay-at-home wife and mom of 2 children. You had a shoulder injury about a year ago and had surgery to correct that, but ended up developing complex regional pain syndrome after the surgery. The condition is affecting your entire right arm and hand and causing pain and weakness that makes it hard for you to put away groceries, unload the dishwasher, carry your children at your side while you're doing chores around the house, and have a good grip on smaller objects while you're writing or cleaning and doing house chores. You had no medical conditions prior to your shoulder injury and were able to complete these tasks without issues prior to that. And you were referred to me in occupational therapy to address weakness in the shoulder and hand, pain, and limited shoulder range of motion. So the first exercise that I'm going to walk you through is going to be shoulder flexion, and we're going to use the red TheraBand that I gave you last visit as a little bit of resistance. So what you're going to want to do is tie a pretty good size little knot just loosely on one end and come up to a door, place the knot inside the door and close it, kind of just like down by your side, and grab it, put your back up against the door, and you just want to lift your arm straight up in front of you and slowly lower it back down. We don't want to go up and then just let it pull you down, and we also don't want to be shrugging our shoulders while we do it or leaning back, so it helps if you really have your back up against the wall so you can't extend your back like this while you're doing it. So you're just going to want to do 3 sets of 10, just like this. And you just want to keep it slow. As time goes by and we get a little stronger in our shoulder, we're going to want to make it a little bit harder. So we're going to switch to the green TheraBand to add a little bit more resistance. And if you're having any trouble just doing all 3 sets at one time, you can kind of break them up throughout the day. So if you want to just do 1 set, just do your 10, take a little break in between, come back, do the next one or do the next 2 sets. However you need to break it up so that you're able to complete them all in one day. For the next exercise, we're going to do what's called wall clocks. And so this is going to help you kind of with activities where you're reaching to the side or maybe holding a kid at your side. It's going to help with your shoulder joint and scapular stability. So what you want to do is stretch your arms out, have them perpendicular to the wall. We don't want to have any bend in our elbows. We don't want to be leaning towards the wall at all. You just want to stand up straight and have your elbows straight. Then pull your shoulder back like this as you move your hand up to about 2 o'clock. Bring it back to the center. Do the same thing, come out to about 4 o'clock, and then down to 5 or 6 o'clock and back to center. And you're going to want to go through that for both sides 5 times a day, each position. You can take breaks in between the sets if you need to kind of break them up. And we can add a little bit of resistance as time goes on in between your hands, or we can start doing it instead of up against the wall, doing it in a plank position. So whenever you're ready for that, we can kind of move on to some of the graded up activity. For this next exercise, we are going to need a mirror, just a small mirror that you can kind of stand up, and a stress ball. So we are gonna use the mirror to kind of maybe try to allow your brain to create some new synapses that might help kind of take away some of that pain in your right side. So we are going to, it's going to sound a little weird, but we are going to do our activities with your left hand, your unaffected side, in the mirror, while your right side, the affected side, is just going to be behind the mirror where you can't see it. So what you're going to want to do is have your mirror propped up with your left hand. We are going to kind of work on some hand and finger dexterity and some grip strength with your stress ball. So I want you to squeeze your stress ball 15 times, 2 or 3 times a day. And you just want to give it a good steady squeeze. And as you're doing this, you want to be looking in the mirror and watching your left hand do this, because the mirror reflection is going to almost trick your brain into thinking that your right hand is able to do this without pain. So after you finish with your stress ball, we are going to do some finger opposition exercises. So you're going to bring each finger to your thumb like this. You want to make sure that your wrist is straight. Keep looking at the reflection of your left hand in the mirror. And we want our fingers to curl into like a C shape. We don't want them to be pinched together. We want them to be rounded like a C. And then go through that exercise, 3 sets of 10 in the mirror with the unaffected side. To grade this up, we can get a resistance ball that's a little stiffer with more resistance. And over time, eventually we will remove the mirror and have you complete the exercises with your right side. So you had mentioned that you were having a hard time emptying your dishwasher. And so as a functional activity, I wanted us to kind of go through emptying your dishwasher. What I want you to do is just only use your right hand. Don't use your left hand at all, because we want to kind of help strengthen and work on the range of motion that's necessary for doing this task. So what I want you to do once a day, we can start with just by taking 5 items out of the dishwasher, placing them up on the countertop. Once you get your 5 items out, I want you to reach up and open your cabinet. You can take a break if you need to kind of let your arm rest, or if it's in pain, take a break if you need to at this point, and then put the items up into the cabinet. So we're going to do that once a day. As we want to make that more challenging, we can add items. So maybe taking 10 items out, maybe trying not to take a break as much, as long as you're not in too much pain. But yeah, work your way up by adding more items that you're putting away at a time. So that concludes the video. I hope you have a great day, and if you have any questions for me, you can contact me at the email that I provided to you at our last visit, or call me at my phone number, which was also on the sheet that I provided to you. So have a great day, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you at our visit next week. Thanks.